This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
Prime Minister, we've got a really serious situation.
The high-speed plasma eruption is heading straight for us.
The storm will certainly cause huge damage. Some areas could be without power for months.
All the navigational systems are out.
This is now a national emergency.
We're the ones who have to make the decisions.
People are dying because of your government. This country's on the brink. I made a promise to the people, and I'm going to keep that promise.
COBRA, Sunday, October 4th at 10/9 Central, only on PBS.
Welcome all. We have no shortage of just awesome, just cult cinema and TV shows. And in this case, we decided to take up a more recent show. It's kind of been called the answer to 24, but in Britain, it is called COBRA. No relation to Cobra Kai, no relation to Stallone movie. Yeah, COBRA, standing for, again, the Cabinet Office Briefing Room. This show was created by a bunch of great filmmakers. It is Ben Richards, who is best known for his work on Spooks, which you might know as MI5 in the US, as well as The Tunnel. In a Virgin Media interview, he noted, he was trying to tie politics to an exciting story. What made it very disconcerting to learn that a solar storm is a real possibility. So he pretty much just took every other disaster thing he could think of. The reviews were mixed. A lot of the UK guys were really hard on it, just not buying the implausible scenarios or how the public would react. Well, that's on you. You know, I can suspend belief. And as a conservative president with a very liberal staff and a bunch of other just assholes trying to undermine them for their own political gain, it's gonna entertain for most people, especially if you're looking for some other just lighter tech savvy type terrorism mixed in with the usual West Wing, Air Force One type, chats. And the cast all delivers. You love how, they've said on the record they love playing these characters who have a real gray area. Like the prime minister is not ready to deal with his dysfunctional family and their mental health problems. The chief of staff is really not liking how everyone's ignoring her advice. And again, the home secretary is a piece of shit, just a real worm, just looking to just undermine everybody and then take all the credit for their ideas and find a way to run. And you want him to fill at every point in the thing. It's been on and off again. The other guys playing the scientists and other people speaking on it are really terrific. I love how it's an electrical storm that causes a plasma geometrical eruption in the first one, and so they're having to deal with a blackout. And then season 2, they're having to deal with the computer hacking. Season 3 is not long, it's far away, but yeah, I think the show has about 5 more years left in it. I love, not sometimes even by 8 episodes, it can feel a little overlong at times, but it never dragged. It never made me say, fuck it, they're out of ideas or they got too clever for their own good. No, they knew exactly what they're making with this. And this is recommended for all those other people looking for some cool political thrillers mixed in with disaster movie tropes that don't have explosions every minute, but still have a cool, we've done World War III to death, and we've done plenty of other just political tensions. And I like how this brings into questions. It's like, could you trust your government to do a competent Passover and keep people safe without breaking the law or doing it for their own personal monetary gain, you know. So this was just cool to just see a commentary on this. And you know, people can complain about how they do or don't buy this in a British setting. I find it way more interesting in this British setting because I feel like the US always just caters to, you know, the US would focus then on just what is social media thing, what is, you know, let's take a vote on this or that. And it's like, no, this is a time of crisis. We're not fighting a war. We're fighting a survival here, and we got to keep the power grid on. And plenty of other stuff. Like they talk about protests and riots in the street and other stuff. And I like how it doesn't shy away from some uncomfortable topics. And I also like how it knows when to move on to the next topic without feeling like, whoa, you set up too much stuff. Why not revisit that or close it out before moving on to the next thing? No, it doesn't introduce too much stuff without making you think, hey, that was a rush hack job. No, it's pretty even overall, and even the characters who last like 2 to 3 episodes are interesting too, and they're often civilians or other survivors or protesters or scientists, and they leave their mark as well. So very recommended. Cobra gets a passing grade for us.
We'll return after these messages.
If you like small-town mystery, crazy news, and wild history, then the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast is for you. Each week, Josh Mills and Wayne McCarty bring you the absolute best Florida has to offer. So if you're looking for a show that's safe for the family, but funny enough to help you escape everyday life, then listen to the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast. That's Florida Men, plural, on Florida Man podcast.
Hey, it's Brent Pope, the host of Breakfast with Brent Pope. You've seen me on some of your favorite TV shows saying things like, "Give it up, Jimmy. You got to sink this putt to win." On Breakfast with Brent Pope, I sit down with guests from the entertainment world, and we do it all over breakfast. Or should I say Brentfast? Every week on Brentfast, you get inside Hollywood info and tips, great breakfast recs and foodie debates. Most of all, you get the most delightful 30 minutes of your week. So dig in. It's Brentfast time. Listen at Brentfast.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever fine podcasts are found.
The Jacked Up Review Show podcast is honored to be part of the Blind Knowledge Podcast Network. Join anytime, talk the talk, and enjoy yourselves. There's something enlightening for everyone with this crowd of cool cats. Check them out.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening. It's a jacked up